Nonprofits around the country are struggling with fewer donations and higher need right now. Many are on the brink of closing down permanently. ALICIA NIEVES shows us the impact of those potential closures and how nonprofits are fighting to survive.
From the outside, this cafe looks like any other around the country. From the inside, you can tell it's not.
We're a nonprofit that employs 34 adults with intellectual disabilities.
Stephanie CARTIER founded No Limits Cafe with her husband, inspired by their daughter who has Down syndrome.
Our mission is to show everybody what people with intellectual disabilities are capable of.
In addition to kicking off each day at No Limits with an epic dance party, employees with intellectual disabilities run the restaurant, prepping all the food, cooking, and waiting tables.
Are you guys ready to order?
I think they've had such pride in their jobs, self-worth, and they've learned so many new skills. A nonprofit like this is definitely needed.
But keeping nonprofits open during a pandemic has been difficult. No Limits Cafe opened 2 weeks before COVID-19 shutdowns and had to stay closed for 3 months, making its future then uncertain.
So I think if we closed, it would be awful. It would be horrible. I can't even.
No Limits Cafe is one of millions of nonprofits that have struggled throughout this pandemic and are working really hard to try and keep their doors open. But a recent study shows without further help, more than 1/3 of all nonprofits could close within the next 2 years.
You name the nonprofit and they're facing some sort of challenge, whether it's new expenses, increased need, decreased donations.
Rick Cohen is with the National Council of Nonprofits and says surveys already show some states have lost 10 to 15% of their nonprofits, resulting in more than 1 million nonprofit employees losing their jobs permanently. Aid from Congress has helped most keep their doors open. Under the CARES Act, nonprofits with fewer than 500 employees qualified for PPP loans. And in the latest stimulus package, those with more than 500 employees also can now get access to those funds. Even more, Congress is extending the universal charitable deduction.
Every taxpayer is able to deduct up to the first $300 for individuals, up to the first $600 for joint filers that they donate to nonprofits.
Yeah, okay, so 2 BLT with a twist.
The tax deduction extended through 2021 aims to be an extra incentive for people to give what they can. A generous donation from millionaire businessman Marcus Lemonis, in addition to a PPP loan, helped No Limits Cafe reopen and reemploy all of their workers with disabilities. But it's the donations they are getting from patrons every day that will keep them and other nonprofits open.
$5, $1, and anything helps us to keep this going.
Water with lemon.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'm ALICIA NIEVES reporting.